he saw the MCU and was like, well, what if I did that but with no money and also no ideas? The news.
Back on the road. We're in.
On the road again. Yeah, well, welcome to, I suppose, the Shobocast.
Episode 39.
Episode 39.
At long last, we got there. It's been, yeah.
6 years ago.
It's been an entire era of Doctor Who since then.
Allegedly about Doctor Who. When did we started during
The Dark Days? It was 2020 we started. I'm pretty sure.
And so there've been 7 Doctors.
Uh,
For the listeners at home, we're cool. Why have we returned? What's happened?
There's been massive news.
Massive news.
In the Doctor Who's not on anymore.
It's the meme of the old man ripping the calendar, but instead of 1985, it's whatever the fucking book is called. It's whatever month it was when Doctor Who was cancelled, 1989.
I think December 1989. Could be wrong.
Absolutely classic.
Yeah. So it's weird. Where were you when the news dropped? Like, what were you thinking? What was your initial thought as soon as you saw the headline?
I think I was at work, so my initial thought was I shouldn't really be on my phone right now. But after that, it was I thought it had already been cancelled. It was very much similar to that time that it was announced that Russell Brand was a sex offender. I was like, I thought we'd already covered this. I mean, the show's been quiet for a while. There was an alleged Christmas special coming this year, of which we heard nothing about, and no one was sure who the Doctor was, and they hadn't started filming, and then maybe it was going to be in Easter next year, and then they said, actually, fuck you, it was cancelled the whole time. Yeah.
I thought when it said an update about the future of Doctor Who, I thought, it's just going to be pushed back till Easter. I thought, you know what, maybe they need more time.
Should we read the statement? I have the statement up here. It was, yeah,
and
read.
You can read Russell T Davies' Instagram post as well.
I have that open as well. Don't worry.
That plays a big part in this.
This is basically a new special. This is your domain.
So this was announced 10th of June, which was 4 days ago, or a month ago, depending on when this episode is edited and released. Today we're announcing an update on the plans for the future of Doctor Who, as part of securing the next phase of the show for future generations and in line with the BBC's charter and agreement requirements. The BBC will put Doctor Who out to competitive tender this year. The Doctor Who remains an important part of the BBC, and this tender underpins the BBC's continued commitment to Doctor Who, ensuring audiences will enjoy the show for years to come. After careful consideration, the BBC, Russell T Davies, and Bad Wolf have collectively decided not to go ahead with the previously announced Doctor Who Christmas episode. This decision was not taken lightly, and we know that it will be disappointing for fans, but in order to set the show up for a future series, it is decided that rather than bridge the gap with a one-off special, we are choosing to push forward to invest in the long-term future of the show, which ensures that when the TARDIS lands once more, it does so in all its glory. Previously announced new Doctor Who animation series for CBeebies is currently in production. I don't remember that.
I forgot about that.
Details of the tender will be announced in due course. The BBC retains all IP in Doctor Who. BBC Studios will continue to lead the global distribution of Doctor Who, as well as licensing, consumer production, digital, and immersive experiences on behalf of the BBC. What do we think about that? What does competitive tender mean?
It means like it's open for pitches, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's open bidding basically.
Yeah, BBC Studios can go, oh, we want another crack at it, here's what we'll do with it.
Like some kind of cricket player.
Like Peter Davison. Yeah, reference?
Like Peter Davison.
So yeah, it just means it's that they're open to explore different streamers or different... Because, I mean, they can't make it... I'm pretty sure they probably can't make it in-house anymore. Like, loads of stuff's going to tender now. I
Yeah.
think Russell was on, he was on Gadio or something like that, saying, I think it was Holby City or Casualty or something went out to tender not long ago. Like,
Yeah.
it's just what TV shows have to do nowadays.
The budget for the BBC is 3 handfuls of dirt and a sandwich.
Yeah, which to be fair is what it was in the 60s when they started Doctor Who, so it's come full circle.
So the future of the show is uncertain.
Yeah.
I mean, as has been the case, every 6 months, usually, anyway. But now it feels more certainly uncertain.
I'd say it was uncertain, like, towards the end of the Chibnall era. Before Russell was announced to coming back, I think we all thought it'll probably have a rest
Yeah,
at the time.
that's why Russell came back, wasn't it?
Yeah. Because the BBC had no other ideas.
And I do get the sense that he was doing them a favour kind of thing this time around, rather than him having like an idea and like a passion project.
Yeah, because the way he's talked about the show, and there's always been something quite strange about the way he's talked about it.
He's terminally online.
He's mental.
The difference between the first era of his and the one we've just left as well, though, in the first time, he wasn't really doing much outside of the world of Doctor Who. Like, yes, he had Torchwood and Sarah Jane Adventures and stuff, but it was mostly Doctor Who. Whereas now he's had like 4 or 5 different shows out since the 360th specials.
Yeah, and since he's left, also, I mean, starting just as he did his last episode, but the MCU has come, and some would say gone. He saw the MCU and was like, well, what if I did that, but with no money and also no ideas?
Well, he sort of said that during one of the lockdown watch-alongs.
Because I think it was because everyone was saying how the Stolen Earth and Journey's End is like it's Avengers Assemble before Avengers Assemble. Like 4 years before that, you had all the spin-offs coming together. And I think they were probably going to try and get towards that again this time around, but they only did the one spin-off, really. That even Disney, I don't think, as of recording this, I don't think they've even got it on their platform still.
And it is also just occurring to me now that I didn't watch the last 2 episodes of it.
You're not missing out.
Yeah, no.
The actual thought of it being off the air, I think we've all come to terms with it for the past few years now, because
Yeah.
it's like RTD2 was supposed to be, if it works out, great. But on paper, it should have worked out. It was very unlikely because like that first time around was lightning in a bottle, really. In the early 2000s, for something like that to work, it's hard to do a complete new jumping on point like immediately after an era has just ended. Finishing the reality war, I think we all came to terms with it, and I think that the sad part is that it's gone out the way it has. If it was just the 360th specials were like been gone and done and that was it for now, I'd be fine with it. But it's the fact that the last image seared into my brain is Billy Piper's face grafted onto Shooty's body.
It's such a desperate, like...
We don't even know who that is.
No, it's like such a clawing, like desperate attempt to be like, do you remember... This whole era was, do you remember 2006? Tennant coming back for the 60th, I can almost excuse it. Because I think there were a lot of like surrounding circumstances going on there. There was like Shooty was like a very in-demand actor, and I believe wouldn't have been able to come back like film stuff in time for the 60th. And so they either had the option of what if there wasn't a 60th anniversary, or what if David Tennant, who is always willing to do Doctor Who at any point, at any time, came back for a bit to kind of bridge the gap. And I was, because of those circumstances, I was willing to let it slide.
Well, the 60th seemed more a BBC thing as well, because they wanted something for the 100th anniversary of the BBC the year before, and then they went, oh, we also want something for 60.
Yeah, it'd be stupid to not cash in on it. It's funny that you use the word bridge the gap, because in that statement that you just, in the press release you just read, they said, oh, we don't want to do another bridge with this special. We want to just cut it off. So it's Yeah, I don't. It's weird, isn't it? I didn't think we'd be in this spot.
I would have rather they do a special just so they can close things out and leave it at a proper blank slate for someone to pick up.
How do you do that?
Yeah, because there's no idea there. Like when Billy Piper appears, there is no plan. There's no. This is what it secretly is. Let's finish. Like it's not like a. I can't think of an example, but I feel like a lot of shows that don't get to finish it and get like the opportunity to do a smaller cap off of plot threads. It's usually like, well, we would have done this, we would have done this, we would have done this, but we don't have time. Whereas this, it's just like, what is it? It's nothing.
I think we should read Russell's Instagram post because, like, this is my big issue with it. So, did he write a special? Because I remember reading back when I used to pay for Doctor Who magazine, which, by the way, I think over the next couple of years is really going to struggle.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! Yeah, what are they going to do?
I've not been particularly impressed by it over the past few years, especially with it being $9.99 now for a magazine.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember reading that he'd said in like his letter at the start that he always did that he'd written the Christmas special and that it contained the words Battle, Winternox, and Village, and that the BBC execs who'd read it were all their jaws hit the floor. It was marvelous. I'm just like, okay, so this exists. This is a thing he's done, and then he posts this on Instagram.
About 6 months ago, Murray Gold said that there was a script written and he was starting to work on the music.
Yeah, he said there were
Yeah.
multiple versions of the same episode, depending on which way they wanted to go about it.
So this was posted like at the same time.
Are you going to do the voice?
I can't do a Welsh accent. And so goodbye from me and Doctor Who, but hello to a new big future for the show as the BBC announces it's putting the show out to tender. As a result, there will be no Christmas special. We only cooked that one up to guarantee a future, like it's Supergirl or something, when no one knew what would happen. But now we do know there's no need for it. You'll have to wait a bit longer for new Doctor Who, but if you're waiting for more Doctor Who than a one-off, so it's worth it. For the record, there was no script. I never wrote it, and no actor was ever approached to play the next Doctor. You may disagree. Fine. Sit in that chair and wait to be proved right. You're waiting a long time, chair emoji. Now I'm excited as anyone to see what comes next.
Random chair emoji.
Will they keep the theme tune, or they lose the blue box, or they bring back the Dravin? It's all up for grabs, which is so Doctor Who, exciting and unpredictable and new. Here comes the future. Warp, warp, hurricane emoji. Hashtag Doctor Who heart.
I feel like the tone is very like, well, moving on kind of thing. It's like you're probably to blame for like 70% of the reason why we're in this mess.
Yeah, and there's so much there.
I'm not saying you should do like an Instagram live where he fucking grovels and like says, "I'm so sorry," give me ideas on how to fix it, kind of thing. But I just think it's really, it's kind of shitty for it to be allowed to get to this point. Was it a mistake, kind of just having a showrunner, just like one guy? Is it because he did it before and they thought, oh, it's fine, he knows what he's doing?
Yeah.
Obviously, there's more issues with the era than just what Russell T Davies has written week to week. I think there's so much more going against it, and I don't want to just blame him, but like I lost a bit of respect for him after this post because I thought that's like just a weird attitude to have.
Yeah.
You sort of just let go and let them deal with, rather than helping them find a future, which is what they hired him for in the first place, was to secure the future of the show.
Yeah.
So you reading out his statement made me think of something. Back in October last year, October 28th, there was the news article, BBC confirms the future of Doctor Who and new Christmas special in 2026. This was when the special was announced. And it was, today the BBC announced that Doctor Who will be back on our screens at Christmas 2026 with a special episode written by Russell T Davies. With Disney Plus confirming they will not be partnering on the next season of the sci-fi show, the BBC remains fully committed to the show and will announce plans for the next series in due course to ensure the Doctor's adventures continue.
But what has happened?
So everyone involved in the show right now is just lying through their teeth of, we are fully committed, there is a special coming out next year. No, we don't actually have any of that.
It's the only thing now is, were they lying then or were they not lying now?
It is a weird one, yeah, because and Russell will understand how emotional fans of the show get. He has met them
He's one of them.
He's one of them, yeah. Like, obviously, we're not getting Doctor Who main show on the TV anytime soon. Like, it probably won't be until about 2030 we get another series. By the time it's been tendered and written, produced, filmed, edited.
It could take that long. I saw a lot of people saying 2028, but I think that's pretty optimistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it would benefit from more time.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, it would benefit from time away. But yes, there are a lot of people with Doctor Who ideas written. But how many of those are professional writers with a production company behind them?
Yeah.
Mm.
Which was the unique thing that Russell brought initially, was like a promise of
He brought Bad Wolf.
and a promise of like, I've done this before, I know what I'm doing, I've got this enormous like machine behind me ready to do all of this.
And most of the people there have done it all before as well.
Yeah. Everyone involved in the production of Doctor Who from the 60th until now was on Christopher Eccleston's hit list.
He won.
This is it. This is his ultimate revenge.
Obviously, Doctor Who in its entirety is not dead. We still have, for now, the magazine until print magazines go the way of the dodo.
Print media it's on the rise, I reckon. Shout out to my friends who've just launched Launch magazine. It's coming out. It's great, and print media is going great. I had a read of it. It's going to be good and great. Check out Launch magazine.
Yeah, there's still Big Finish.
Until that big finishes.
There's this circuit breaker thing. Do you know anything about
There's
that?
Circuit Breaker.
Oh, they're giving Time Lord Victorious another go, but with Joe Martin.
But this time with Joe Martin, which means it's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. There is the CBeebies show, which means there are going to be a lot of middle-aged men watching CBeebies. So there will be Doctor Who media, just not on the TV screens. Maybe now they should do that fucking 8th Doctor series.
Oh, I can't. No. So who's the Doctor in the CBeebies one?
Yes.
Don't know.
It might be Billie Piper.
Yeah, but what is she though?
I'm pretty sure they announced they were making that series before Ncuti Gatwa was announced.
It was. I mean, this was announced 17th of December 2025, but the pitch for the show, the pitch was done in June 2025. When was Reality War?
May.
Just before the end of the series.
May 25th was, I think it was 25th, 24th.
Around that time.
Because I went and watched it in the cinema, and it was awkward.
So did I.
Oh, it was so disappointing just to watch it in a cinema.
Mm-hmm.
When you get like the cast member beforehand saying, "Please be aware of spoilers online and have a great time," or whatever it is they say, and then you just sat there and it's like, why is Omega a giant CGI skull?
I see a big dusty baby.
Yeah.
Should we talk about the quality of the last couple series?
Yeah, I think we
of the
need
show?
to.
Should we do an overall, like what?
Yeah.
Like from Destination Skaro, the main points that made you think, might be in trouble here.
Well, and this does sound like a retroactive. I'm like, I actually knew about the whole time. When it was very initially announced that it was Russell coming back, and David Tennant and Catherine Tate, my very first reaction that I kind of had to squash down was like disappointment. Because for me, like, the strength of the show is always moving forward and always doing something new. Like, it is a show that is built to be like, what's the next thing? Let's not get bogged down in this stuff. Let's keep going and keep changing and evolving. And I was initially skeptical when they announced that. However, the quality of the Chibnall stuff was poor enough for me to be fine with it. And I think initially, on the whole, I enjoyed the 60th specials. But I think even there, the cracks are.
Yeah, the 360th specials are fun and enjoyable as their own contained bit.
Yeah.
I don't think we should have had Tennant back as a new Doctor. I think this could have been Ten and Donna during an off-screen bit between like the fires of Pompeii and whatever one is next,
Maybe.
meeting with the new Doctor who regenerates out of Jodie.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just don't acknowledge that they look older, because that's what you've always done since Pertwee and Troughton came back, and
Yeah,
like,
since
just go
the
with
three
it.
Doctors.
Yeah.
I mean, for fuck's
You had-
sake, the episode previous, well, not previous, but the year before, we had Colin Baker and Sylvester McCoy. They were all in it, you know.
Yeah,
We're
Mhm.
fine with it. We don't have an issue with them looking older. Just like
Patrick Troughton turns up with a full head of grey hair in the two Doctors.
They got sucked off through a time hole, and now they're old or something.
sign me up. I think the next thing on the list of like polarizing things about this area is bi-generation. Regardless of how it's done in the episode, it isn't explained unless you watch, like properly confirmed by Russell, unless you watch the giggle like commentary they did, the video commentary on iPlayer.
But the expression he gives there, I hate.
Yeah, but that's it. Like, why? So is that why he didn't put it in the episode? Because he knew that it would be even worse than what people thought initially.
So, if I remember correctly, bi-generation happens. So, when Tennant bi-generated into Gatawa,
Mm-hmm.
it then happened all the way back across the timeline. So there is then
But what does that
there's
mean?
there's not two Doctors running around. There's
There's an extra seventh
16?
Doctor waking up in a morgue in San Francisco. There's an extra fifth Doctor getting up off the floor of the caves of Androzani, you know.
There's a extra fourth Doctor having a broken spine at the bottom of a radio tower in Yorkshire.
Yeah, he's just fucked. He can't move.
But the thing is, it's that goes against the whole thing of this being a show about moving forward. And like that's what I hated about it. It is refusing to move on. But then don't they explain it again in Reality War? Doesn't she say it's like a survival mechanism because all the Time Lords oh wait, I forgot about that bit.
Oh yeah, they're sterile.
They're all so wait. So what?
The Time War made the Time Lord sterile.
No, I thought it was the thing that the Master did. It was the thing that the Master did at some point in like Spyfall when he blew up Gallifrey.
No, it's when he used the bomb at the end of Timeless Children, I think. There's like a DNA
But hadn't
bomb.
he'd killed them all already, hadn't
Yeah,
he?
Never
he
mind.
turned
Yeah,
them
it must
all
be
into
Spyfall.
Cybermen.
Gallifrey has
But-
been destroyed that much in recent
Again.
years that I can't. Yeah, it must be then.
But they were all dead because they shoved them inside Cybermen. So what? But then in reality, well, they say that it's made them all sterile. But who has it made sterile? Because they're all dead.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
Well, see, like, because
Yeah.
I like Chibnall has stuff to answer for with this as well. Because we spent 10 years wrapping up the Last of the Time Lords arc, and Moffat did it very well. And like you get to like the Capaldi era, and the Time Lords are back in like some capacity or whatever. And then Chibnall's like, well, I don't know what to do with that. I blew them all up again. And so then we're back to the 2006 status quo. That also brings us back to the Remember 2006. Is Time Lords dead again?
They're reliant on nostalgia.
Yeah.
Is really like to the point where, you know, I remember watching the end of Legend of Ruby Sunday go out, just like feeling dread when the whole Sutek anagram that isn't an anagram thing happened. I was watching it with Emma, and she just said, like, what's this then? Is that good then? Because it was something that, you know, nearly everyone doesn't recognise.
Because like a lot of people, when this was announced, a lot of like my friends who had dropped off the show came back and were giving it another try. And the amount of text I'd get from people going like, so like, what's this again? What's the Rani? What's that? And I have to explain that no one cares who the Rani is. Or like, why's there this big dog there now? Who's this dusty baby? It's reliant on nostalgia that no one apart from horrible, stinky nerds like us knew about.
Even then, we don't want it. So, like, who's it for?
It also slightly ruined bits of his previous run as well, because obviously he makes the toy maker, Jinx Monsoon, Sutek, Omega, and a load of other characters. This part of the
Pantheon of Discord.
Pantheon of Discord with the Trickster and that Beetle.
That's us, isn't it? Right now on this call.
Name for a podcast. Someone write it down.
Oh shit!
Hello and welcome to the Pantheon of Discord, a podcast allegedly about Doctor Who.
Actually, kind of works. It's just really long handle.
How many loose plot threads are there now that aren't
Okay,
not going to be picked
that's
up
probably
on?
the next thing on the list of
Yeah.
territory is the amount of loose threads still at the end of Series 2, Season 2, Series 15.
I'm not engaging in this bullshit where it's actually a reset.
They're inevitably going to have to do it again now when it comes back. So there's going to be 4 Series 1s / Season 1s.
But it's all of that, but also like it doesn't work as a reset. Like it doesn't, because where even is the start point? Is it the 60th, or is that counted as the end of
Is it Church on Ruby Road?
Reboot?
Is it Space Babies?
I don't know. Anyway, loose plot threads. The boss. How many times is the boss mentioned?
They first come up in Star Beast. They then run the Time Hotel. There is the Masters 2.
Yes, yeah, the Master's in a tooth, and then someone with red nails picks it up.
Yeah.
What's all that? Rogue is trapped in a hell dimension with birds. Oh, much
There is
bullshit.
the 14th Doctor there with a TARDIS.
Yes. Susan kept appearing, but then they cut that plot thread.
I think that's the worst.
Yeah, they cut that.
The worst
Yeah.
to bring back Carol Ann Ford and give her like 3 seconds of screen time when she clearly shot more stuff.
Well, yeah, because we kind of know what that is now, don't we?
Well, she said it as well. She's just said this is what the end scene was, which, good on her.
Yeah, because it was originally Poppy the baby, who is in Space Babies, and then inexplicably is in the rest of it.
Because Belinda was clearly meant to be Ruby for Series 2. And they had to just very quickly weld a new thing in because, there's no reason for Poppy to show up for her when it was Ruby who wished that they were her parents.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think we know that as well because there is concept art of, there's a lot of stuff for Lux with like her in that kind of 50s dress, and it's Ruby in the concept art.
With the Caroline Ford stuff as well, there are some photos that came out ahead of the series of them, the Doctor and Belinda at a party with Susan and Poppy on a balcony overlooking those two dancing.
Yeah. So yeah, it was originally
we know there was
meant to be like Susan would turn up and she'd hold Poppy's hand and she'd be like, "Come on, Mum, we gotta go and do a Series 3 now."
Yeah.
But then that doesn't happen. I also hate the kind of the retcon they do where they drop the fact that the Doctor doesn't have kids because of time travel or whatever, and that's how he had a grandkid. But then so much of the Doctor's characterization before that is about the fact that they were a parent. It's brought up in Boom that he's a dad. I hate it. It's stupid.
Needlessly just fucking with stuff that like no one's asked you to.
But then, yeah, retroactively makes the character less interesting.
Yeah. The rest of the Pantheon, I guess, I think the idea was that we were going to get more gods like one every series or something, but they didn't really do the rest of them. And in fact, they rushed it to Sutek because the idea is that he's the god of all gods. So let's
disappointing.
Let's stop being grumpy. I'm assuming it's going to come back, but I mean, it might never reach the heights of the golden era to the Tennant era again. But when it inevitably flops back onto screen, what do you want to see?
Yeah, because there's been a lot of talk about changing the format because 13 45-minute episodes was a lot more standalone episodes was a lot more the style in 2005 when it came back. That kind of Buffy thing was leaning on.
Monster of the Week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that still the format to go in?
I don't think it is nowadays. I think it's.
Yeah.
I think nowadays series are like what, 6 episodes and they're an hour.
6, 8 episodes,
Like,
10
yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't want them to go the way of like kind of what they did with Flux, and it's like one series arc. I think Doctor Who is a really good place for lots of little sci-fi ideas that are explored very quickly, whether that is over 45 minutes or over like 4 to 6 20-minute episodes.
The idea should be that like you can tune in one week as a new viewer, and if it doesn't quite do it for you, you can tune in the next week and get something completely different.
Yeah, so I think there's still space for that. I saw someone saying it should go down the Andor route, which I don't hate, being like having a series which contains 4 or 5, like 3 or so episode arcs.
I've not seen Andor, so like, how does that work? You just do 3 episodes and then move on.
Yeah, like especially more in the second season, but it's one story, but with kind of individual, like the first 3 episodes are on this planet, and the next 3 episodes like he's doing a heist, and the next 3 episodes are he's stuck in prison.
Kind of like Classic Who then, because obviously you get stories split into parts.
Yeah.
In a season.
I think it could work very well like that, because I think you get the best of both worlds there, where it is.
You get to flesh out ideas more as well if you do like small arcs. So like a lot of the better episodes, like in the 2005 2020 era, were the like 2 parts and stuff where you had time to establish something, make it credible, sort it out to move on to next week.
Your water cooler cliffhanger moment thing that everyone will talk about for a week.
Yeah.
You're right. I can't see it coming back before potentially 2030. It needs to go away for a while.
Yeah.
But when it does come back, is it going to be? I think it's. I said lightning in a bottle before. I think it really was. To be honest, I think the show has been on a very slow descent since the 50th.
Yeah.
I don't think it can do a great deal now that's like super original because it's been going on for so long. It's inevitably going to be like, oh, that was a bit like Caves of Androzani. You know, it's going to repeat itself in ways that like it can't help.
As long as it's not like the Twin Dilemma.
Like when it does come back, will it just be like a one and done thing? Will we just get like, would they hold it off until an anniversary like 2033 and then just do
maybe
5 specials or something? Because then they know they'll get the money's worth out of the nostalgia.
Yeah.
But they don't have to commit to, you know, this. It starts here and it goes for as long as it possibly can. I think they'd rather look at like renewing it for a year or 3 years and that's it.
Oh, that'll be good. Right, I need to go now, pretty much. So, is there anything we want to do to wrap up this discussion?
Like I said, I'm more upset by the way it's gone out rather than the fact that it's gone out. I'm kind of happy it's going to have a break, but
yeah, it's needed.
Did it have to end with Billy Piper?
Yeah, there was a more dignified way for this to go out,
like in 1989.
This is currently behind a bike shed with a balaclava over its face, about to be shot.
Oh yeah, it's like a sick horse.
Yeah, Doctor Who's gone to live on a farm with class.
And with that, the last people to ever mention class. I think we should wrap this episode up. Our next episode will be in 3 to 4 years. Yeah,
in another 3 years. Yeah, sounds good.
Whenever they announce a new series, so we'll discuss the trailer and then.
Well, no, after they've announced that, after that series has gone out, then we'll do an episode.
Yeah, when it's next. Yeah, Wilderness Years 3. We'll see you then.
Well, thank you for listening. You can find us on the internet. Shobocast.com. I think I still own that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
What a waste of money.
It would have, I think it's maybe £60 I spent on that over the last 6 years.
Yeah, and you'll never get that back.
I've been Daniel. You've also been Daniel, and you've been Cameron.
No, you've been the audience.
Yes.
And you have been the audience. All 2 of you.
Have a nice wilderness, everyone.
We'll see you in 100 years. Bye-bye.